Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a quiet little town with her mother and father. She was a happy child, and she loved her mother and father just as all little children do. She knew of some of the more unpleasant aspects of the world, but she didn't care, for she loved her mother and father, and they loved her back. At least, that's what she thought. For you see, her parents did not love her because she was their daughter. They loved her because of what they planned to do with her. They worshipped a great and powerful god, and they loved their god more than their daughter.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Brodsky, you're not the smartest. Life out, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he's a man punch, wears a birdie hat. Linkara, he has a magic gun. Where'd he purchase that? Linkara, coins, robots, Amazons and trucks. Linkara, this comic sucks. Linkara.
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Say, remember Silent Hill Dying Inside? Well, guess what? There's a sequel. So yeah, a year ago I had the honor of reviewing Silent Hill Dying Inside, a comic that tells you exactly how you'll feel after reading it. The plot goes like this. A little girl named Christabella is murdered in Silent Hill, and somehow she becomes a demonic ghost that's trying to... I have no idea. She seems to want to bring more people to the town to be consumed, but for what reason I couldn't tell you. Her sister, Lauren, armed with a magic book she bought off of eBay, and yes, a year later I am still bugged by that, brings in a whole bunch of cannon fodder teenagers to the town on the pretense of a business venture, but instead wants them all to die so she can have an army of zombies at her command to fight the monsters of the town and free her sister's soul, because bringing people to die just makes her such a likable protagonist. To compound matters and make them all the dumber and more nonsensical, we also must contend with Dr. Troy Abernathy, a former psychiatrist who got stuck in the town and had no significant contribution to the plot, yet somehow had the first two freaking issues devoted to him. And on top of all of that, apparently a version of Silent Hill's resident cult was also around, led by a mysterious man named Whatley. And I know I'm supposed to pronounce it Waitley after the minor character from one H.P. Lovecraft story, but screw that. This doesn't deserve proper pronunciation. Anyway, the story ended stupidly with Lauren somehow figuring out she had the power of Grayskull and she was gonna watch over the town, and the doctor said that if we fight like animals, we'll die like animals, and Captain Picard played poker with the rest of the cast. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, my mind kind of drifted off there to better places. I don't understand this at all. Scott C. Ensign, the writer, wrote almost all of the Silent Hill comics. The only exception I can find is Silent Hill Sinner's Reward. And guess what? That one doesn't suck! Why did they keep handing this crap to him? Sinner's Reward got cut back by an issue because no one trusted Silent Hill comics anymore to buy them. Instead, we got at least 13 friggin' stories that had nothing to do with the games outside of random references to them. So with all of that, let's dig into Salient Heel, Dead Alive, #1 and #2. What, it ain't Silent Hill, so why should I call it that? But what is Silent Hill? Well, just look back at last year's review and I explain it. If you're a lazy jerk, then it's an evil town that likes to stab its symbolism into you while playing with your head. And there isn't a Christabella anywhere in Silent Hill. That doesn't count! We're not looking at the covers this time around since I'm reading from the trade, but I will say they're definitely improved from last year. We actually have some genuinely disturbing imagery, though a lot of it is ruined by friggin' Christabella's ugly noggin shoved into them. Oh, and then there's our title, Dead Alive. Great, we've got the Schrodinger's cat of comic books here. Speaking of, I never understood that. The cat isn't both dead and alive, it's one or the other. We just can't see which one it is. That's like saying that because I can't remember if I turned a light on or off in another room, the light exists in a state of both on and off. Yeah, try explaining that on your electricity bill. No, you see, the light was both on and off, so you should only charge me half of this. And yes, I know know this has nothing to do with the comic. I'm trying to put off talking about this thing as long as I can.
Oh yeah, you never go off on wild tangents on your show.
Oh, whatever. We open to Christabella and some random human silhouettes standing over a bleeding guy. You're confused, desperate, terrified. Yes! You don't understand what's happening. Are you awake? Are you dreaming? Are you making a suggestion? Because I'll gladly go to sleep right now. Is this hell? Almost certainly. What are all these things? Why do they want to strip your skin off, chew on your guts, and hollow out your skull? They need better hobbies? Why do I think that's funny?
I know. Let's play the quiet game.
By the way, Christabella's eye has returned, even though in dying inside it got shot out. Now, one might think that it's just the artist making a goof, but we'll later see that Christabella can change her appearance. If that's the case, then why the hell does she always appear as an annoying little girl with a wound in her stomach? If you're a demonic entity, aren't there like thousands of other forms you could take instead? Anyway, Christabella feels the need to monologue to us about Silent Hill, even though the only people who would actually be interested in a comic like this would be Silent Hill fans. A long time ago, longer than all the time I've been dead, Silent Hill was overrun with life. Happy, disgusting, pathetic lives. It was a romantic getaway, a good place to raise the kids. You know, frankly, I've played Silent Hill 2 now and gone through the place. Silent Hill is a rat hole of a town, and I sincerely doubt that anyone had fun even before the demons got there. A place that made you think of Jimmy Stewart and angels and how wonderful life could be.
So, the hotel was your special place, huh? I'll bet it was. Don't get so mad.
Some people fixed all of that. They were called the government. The artwork has devolved into grade school classes just learning perspective drawing. Oh, and hey look, a famous Silent Hill monster. Trapezoid Head. And me, I'm God here. Remember when Silent Hill was scary? Yeah, those were good times. Now it's time to open that yummy-nummy rainbow inside your belly and see what you had for... I've got this horrible feeling that whatever the hell that sentence meant, that's about as coherent as it's gonna get. All of a sudden, Christabella wakes up, and everything's monochrome now. Yeah, because obviously in her dreams, it's important that everything be hideously brown when the real world is hideously gray. But yeah, Christabella wakes up and someone drives her away to get to school. I'm guessing it's our womanizing pal Troy Abernathy here, not that the comic bothers to tell us what the Sam hell just happened. We cut to the small town of Ashton, Vermont, where we meet Connie Mills. If you're reading this, shame on you. A girl's diary is private. Okay, I admit, that does get a chuckle out of me, if only because ever since comic books stopped using thought balloons, I've wondered where the hell some of these first-person narrative caption boxes are supposed to be coming from. I'm just your average girl. I work at a healthcare clinic. I collect bugs. Yeah, just like any small-town girl that works at a health clinic. Wait. One time I loved someone so much, I think it cost me a piece of my soul. Ugh, insert your own Twilight joke here. What, you ain't even gonna try, kid? I could, but what'd be the point? It's just getting old now. Connie runs into that annoying old lady that anyone might run into at a supermarket who won't shut their gob. In this case, she's talking about some up-and-coming Hollywood star named Kenneth Carter who can't keep it in his pants. However, it hits Connie a little close to home since apparently she used to know Ken. And naturally, despite Connie clearly not wanting to talk about it, the old lady just keeps flapping her jaw and asking if Ken's penis is really as big as people say it is. Naturally, the grocery store they're at starts fading into the other world of Silent Hill with the words "empty vessel" scrawled in everywhere, which is what happens, I'm sure, to anyone who is trapped with an annoying person who needs to be yelled at. Connie is suddenly grabbed from behind by some muscular specter, but the old lady doesn't see any of it until Connie vanishes. And scrawled for no reason on the ground is Silent Hill. What, is the town leaving its autograph after taking its victims now? Back in the hill, Christabella is forced to go through a badly drawn existence of a happy town where the teacher mocks her for not having any power, and a little kid tells her about puppies and finger painting. Yeah, this is all supposed to be some happy-go-lucky dreamland, but if that's the case, why the hell is everything so depressingly brown and gray?